Hey guys, what's going on? This is the Gent here, and today marks a pretty substantial milestone in any YouTuber's career. We've just hit bloody 1,000 subscribers. Now, we did hit it nearly a week ago, I think, but unfortunately I've been away in the lovely wine region, just for a short holiday, so the only upload I had time to schedule was the second part of Cursed City of the Barrel Guide. I do hope you enjoyed that. The subtitles were a pain, but I feel they were worth it in this particular case. Now, the background footage is just some old footage of my little puppy Kaya, because, well, it's adorable, and I don't have anything to fill this space. So, we've reached 1,000 subs, guys, and thank you so much for that. It's fantastic. I'm just doing what I love to do. I like to edit up videos, tell my story, show off, what I've done in-game, I suppose. And it means a lot that at least 1,000 of you care enough to just keep updated on what the channel's up to, what I'm up to. Yeah, I find that's pretty cool. Even if you don't all watch it, I mean, of course, some things are going to appeal to other people more than other things and all the rest of it. But yeah, no, that's a nice feeling, and thank you very much for giving me that, guys. It's also awesome that I still get to talk to everyone who comments one-on-one on the videos, so I can actually engage with you guys, answer questions, all that good stuff. It's really great and does urge me to get off my arse and edit some videos. Recently you may have noticed that I haven't been posting too many videos, I think for about the past month, maybe a little bit longer. This is a mixture of college stepping it up a gear, and the most recent video I did, I was just finding it a real pain to subtitle. So, I'd do a few lines of the subtitles, let's say 5 bits of dialogue, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, that's enough typing. I'll do some more tomorrow. And I'd take my break for the rest of the day, and it just turned into this month-long saga. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I'm definitely not planning on subtitling most of my videos, but I just felt that one kind of fit. I needed to put some subtitles in. But anyway, the 1,000 sub milestone has made me realise you guys actually enjoy what I make, and you want to see more of it, presumably. And that's what I'm going to try and do. My schedule is obviously the deciding factor with that, so yeah, it's what I've got on, but I have always got the YouTube in my mind. I'm still, recording new content and all the rest of it, so don't you worry, there's not a lack of content that I can do, it's just getting to the point of editing it up. But anyway, to say thank you for all the support you guys are showing me, and to show that I really mean that thank you, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a Steam key, and I'll announce the winner on Twitter and privately message them the details, or, well, I'm not sure, because the website that I'm using, I've never used it before. I assume it will tell me the winner and I contact them. But anyway, yeah, we'll work all that out. If you've won, you'll get the key. So the key is for Reign of Kings. It's a kind of medieval survival base building-y kind of game. Really fun to play. Yeah, the base building, as I said, very addictive, and I've never had a game make it so satisfying to chop down a tree. You'll know what I mean when you actually do it. It feels very satisfying to chop down a tree. I've never made any videos on it on my channel. Just because my recording software didn't really like it for some reason, so I just had difficulties recording the gameplay for some inexplicable reason. So I mean, that's why I've never made videos on it. I have got some footage that I did manage to get, but it's pretty normal crappy footage, to be honest. Anyway, I might also throw in a few other keys I've got lying around for runner-up kind of prizes too. Everyone will be messaged about whether or not they've won within 24 hours of the draw date, I'd say. All you have to do to enter is pick one of the methods specified on the Glean page. The more you do, the more points you earn, which kind of counts as entries, I suppose. Pretty normal stuff. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to me on YouTube, subscribe to me on Twitch, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's the giveaway. Anyway, truly, thank you guys, and let's get into the Beast PC build. Now, when I say Beast PC, this thing can really handle anything I throw at it, video render wise, game wise, whatever, really. So let's start and have a look at the old PC. So this is the one you saw in my last PC specs video, at least the case of the one. There's a few parts that have crossed over. It served me well, but the CPU was limiting my abilities to use certain recording software, and it kind of crapped out a bit on some games. So I decided on a new CPU. With that, I had to buy a new motherboard, new RAM, and I decided on a lovely new case just because, and now I have a build that I'm pretty proud of. Let's have a look at the comparison of the two cases, and well, the difference is night and day really, isn't it? I've gone with a much bigger, more fully featured and better airflow enabled case, with plenty of room to play around with inside. So, as I said, new case. I went with the Corsair 780T full tower. Pricey, but really has every feature you could possibly need out of a tower. Looks fantastic and it's very well built. I dare say I'll have no need for another case for a very long time. Now for the components, we'll just go top to bottom, starting with the CPU and the cooler. So the CPU is the main factor as to why I classify this as a true beast build. I splurged quite a bit on it and I got the i7-5930K. At the moment it's unclocked, but I do intend to sort that out soon and work out how to overclock it. I've never done it before, so that's going to be new for me. In between the CPU and the cooler is some Arctic thermal paste. This stuff is insanely expensive for the amount you get, but it works unlike any other in the market. I think it's 5 grams for $10, maybe $15. The liquid cooling system you see sitting on top of the CPU is a beautiful Neptune 240M, which you may recognise from my previous build. Even on my old i5 in the old case, I've never seen my CPU temp spike to above 50 degrees, even under heavy load with video rendering on an i5 and everything. It's a very effective cooling solution and easy enough to install, to be honest. Either side of the CPU we have the RAM, 32GB in 4 8GB sticks of Corsair Vengeance LPX DDR4 3200. More than enough for gaming and rendering videos, but I also play around with virtual machines and this helps a lot to be able to chuck a load of RAM at it. And the fans I'm using on the water cooler heatsink are not the standard Corsair ones. I went with the Corsair SP120s for a bit of an extra kick. Oh, I've just realised I haven't said it yet. The motherboard is an Asus X99 Deluxe, and like the case, it has a ton of features which justify its kind of pricey price tag for what it is for a motherboard. Next, we move on to the GPU. Only one. I run a single screen gaming setup, so Crossfire is completely unnecessary for me, given the fact that this is a 4GB card which can handle anything on Ultra that I've come across while recording. Again, another crossover from my old build. The GPU is the R9 290, by the way. Next is quite a biggie. We've got the PSU, the power supply unit, and she is a ripper. I went with the Corsair Kilowatt HX1000i. I've only just realised how many Corsair parts this build consists of. I didn't realise it before now, but they make some bloody quality stuff, really. If you're listening, Corsair, thumbs up, much love. Now, I had to upgrade from my previous 550 watt setup, as with all the peripherals and I was adding in drives and all the rest of it, it just started to wear down the PSU and my PC was getting pretty tired after doing not much, so I had to upgrade. Kept on turning itself off when I pretty much booted up a game and it just wasn't fun for a few weeks there. Now, this is my beautiful cable management that you see there. I know, I suck at it, but because the case is the size it is, I can actually get away with it from the perspective of airflow, so happy days. I just don't have the mind for it, I'm sorry, I know it offends some of you to no end, but I just can't do it very well. Now, let's move on to the hard drive base. So I think there's a few improvements here, but also all the same drives that were in the previous build are in this one, so I've just added a couple to it. So I've still got my 840 Evo 250 gig, and that's got my OS on it and all the other programs. The Seagate Barracuda 2TB HDD, just storage, and the Toshiba 5TB HDD, I've put those in RAID, the 2TB and the 5TB. So I've got a 7TB logical drive, which works pretty well for storage. However, I have 2 additional and very welcome additional drives that I have welcomed to the family. Both of them are 850 Samsung Evos SSDs, one that is 250 gig, which I don't really have too much on, to be honest. I'm probably just going to put it in the... I'm going to make another computer out of the parts that I've got of the one that I stripped, so I'll probably put it in that when I get around to that. But anyway, 250 gig, and the other one is 1 terabyte, which I love it. I love it so much. I got it in a great deal from Amazon Friends, of all places. So on that 1 terabyte, I've got my games, I've got my mods for Arma, I've got virtual machines, and it's also the path which I save my footage, like from recording gameplay, to. So it's come in so handy having that drive. I do have a bit of an addiction to buying SSDs on a whim when I see them on special. To the peripherals, I still have the same 2 AOC 24-inch monitors. They're still working fantastically well, and I see no reason to change them. The headphones are still the Turtle Beach PX21s, great bang for your buck, and as you can see, my track IR is going strong. Vital for attack shoppers and first person flight in general. What it is just a head tracking software which monitors where those purple lights that you see on the headset, it monitors where those are in position to where you're turning your head on the little box on top of my monitor, and it turns your character's head in game in the same way. The keyboard I'm still going strong with too. It's the SteelSeries Apex, and I got it because it was the most well reviewed and fully featured membrane keyboard I could find. I hate the noise from mechanical keyboards, and so opted for a quality membrane one instead of worrying about what chiclets I needed and what fruit was quieter. No, just clean and simple membrane, done, easy. The mouse is the Logitech G600, plenty of awesome macro buttons for all the tasks I need it for, going prone, changing fire mode, changing zeroing, zooming in, starting recording, changing to first person view, just everything I find I use multiple times in a play session. I bound to the macro keys and it just works. I love it. It's a personal thing, so if you were to go for this mouse for the same reason, you'd probably have different buttons on the macros, and that's just the way it goes. And there is one more much more low-tech thing actually. My notepad. I always come up with ideas and such for films I want to create while I'm playing, and rather than having to tab out to put it in a Word document or whatever, actually I use OpenOffice, so OpenOffice document, I opt to write it in my little notebook just here. Works well, easy, done. There are actually 2 more things I have bought since last time I went through my specs. I don't use them too often, but they're pretty awesome. It's the X55 Rhino HOTAS system. HOTAS stands for what? Hands-on throttle and something. It's basically for flying helicopters and jets, but I don't really do jets too much. So it comes with a collective lever with all its cool buttons and switches and all that sort of stuff, and the joystick, which has rudder control built into it, so you can turn it left and turn it right in a clockwise and anti-clockwise motion to turn your rudders right and left. The joystick is actually pretty awesome in that you can change the tension with a bunch of springs that allow you to adjust the amount of friction you want. It's pretty cool, but as I say, I don't really use it too often, as they're only really useful for the advanced flight model. That is, if you're looking to get the full benefit out of using them. And as I play mostly multiplayer modes, I don't really want to be at a disadvantage just to quietly kind of brag to myself that I'm doing it properly and no one else is. Because I just don't see any point in that. I might as well just be on an even playing field with everyone and beat them that way. But anyway, that about wraps it up for this milestone video. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting me. It means a lot to a small YouTuber's heart to reach such an awesome number like this. So sincerely, thank you so much. And let's look forward for what's to come. The link to the competition is down below in the description. Please do enter for a chance to win some lovely Steam related goodness. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one, ladies and gents. Have a good one, everybody.